Nestled amidst the picturesque landscapes of Estes Park, Colorado, stood the historic Stanley Hotel, a grand, colonial-style mansion with a dark and haunted past. In the early 20th century, the hotel's original owner, F.O. Stanley, built the sprawling estate as a luxurious retreat for wealthy vacationers seeking respite in the crisp mountain air. But as the years passed, whispers of strange occurrences began to spread. Casting a shadow over the hotel's once glamorous reputation. It was in the dead of winter, during the harsh blizzards that swept through the Rockies, that the hotel's darkest secrets began to unravel. Guests reported eerie sightings and unexplained phenomena. From disembodied voices echoing through the empty halls to shadowy figures lurking in the corners of their rooms. Among the most notorious of these accounts was that of a young girl named Lucy, said to roam the hotel's 4th floor in search of her lost doll. According to legend, Lucy had perished in a tragic accident many years prior, her spirit trapped within the hotel's walls, doomed to wander for all eternity. But it wasn't until the winter of 1974 that the hotel's haunting reputation would be cemented in history. A young family, the Carters, arrived at the Stanley Hotel for a weekend getaway, unaware of the horrors that awaited them within its hallowed halls. From the moment they checked in, the Carters were plagued by strange occurrences. Doors slammed shut of their own accord. Icy drafts swept through the rooms, and whispers echoed through the darkness of the night. But it was in room 217 that the true terror would unfold. Late one evening, as the Carters settled in for the night, they were startled awake by the sound of footsteps pacing back and forth across the room. Terrified, they huddled together in the darkness, the air thick with fear and uncertainty. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the footsteps ceased, leaving behind an eerie silence that sent shivers down their spines. But the worst was yet to come. In the early hours of the morning, the Carters awoke to find their youngest daughter, Emily, missing from her bed. Frantic with worry, they searched the room from top to bottom, but there was no sign of her anywhere. As dawn broke and the first light of day crept through the windows, they made a horrifying discovery. A trail of tiny footprints leading out onto the snow-covered balcony, where they abruptly disappeared into thin air. In a state of panic, the Carters alerted the hotel staff, who launched a frantic search of the grounds. But despite their best efforts, Emily was nowhere to be found, leaving her distraught parents to grapple with the agonizing uncertainty of her fate. In the days that followed, the search for Emily continued, but hope began to wane as the bitter cold of winter tightened its grip on the mountainside. And then, just when all seemed lost, a miracle occurred. Emily was found, cold and disoriented, but miraculously unharmed, wandering alone in the woods several miles from the hotel. When questioned about her ordeal, she spoke of a kind old woman who had led her to safety, her presence a beacon of hope in the darkness. But as the Carters prepared to leave the Stanley Hotel behind, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were leaving something behind, something dark and malevolent that lurked within its walls, waiting to claim its next victim. And so, the legend of the Stanley Hotel's haunting endured, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurk just beyond the veil of our reality, waiting to ensnare those who dare to venture too close.